Good morning, comic book fans. It's Kaitlin here at Ground Zero Comics. It's Wednesday morning, which means it's time for some new releases. I'm going to start with DC. We have Batman number 118. Now, I know I've had several people come up to me and be like, I'm just not feeling the current Batman run. If the kind of sensationalist new character introduction every week wasn't for you, well, there's been a writing change, so that might not be the case anymore. And if you like your Batman all dark and broody, we've got a nice dark and broody variant this week. We have the first issue of Star Squadron. Written by Mark Russell, we've got a team of DC heroes you've probably never heard of. They're going to tackle real-world problems in a darkly funny kind of way. We had a lot of annuals for DC last week, but they are not over yet. We get the 2021 annual of Superman, Son of Kal-El. Jonathan Kent apparently needs Lex Luthor in his life. He is always going to be large, in charge, and if you say elsewise, Lex might just have you disappear. We get the second issue of Dark Knights of Steel. I was really excited for the first, and the second continues to not disappoint. We get a lot of world building developing this brand new world, and we're going to get to see a kingdom outside of the one ruled over by the House of El. And I mean, Diana's in it. Diana makes every book better. We get issue number 9 of Green Lantern. Now, sometimes I feel like I'm the only person reading on this book. I know some people tend to be real iffy when new Green Lanterns are introduced or have the spotlight, but it's really not just about them, even though they've been predominant on the covers. I mean, Jon Stewart's been on a real epic journey. I'm real excited to see where he continues to go. With Marvel, we get the new event, Devil's Reign, which is written by Chip Zdarsky. It's obviously going to be very heavily centered on Daredevil, but it's Marvel, so we get this whole ensemble of other characters that are going to be mixed all up in it too. And it all starts right here. The mutant saga is ever continuing in Inferno number 3 because these mutants can never just have a nice day. Something is always happening, stirring up trouble for them. With our indies, we get Buffy, the Last Vampire Slayer, because everybody these days is going to have a book where they're old, alone, post-apocalyptic setting. She's going to join the club. We get the first issue of The Monster of the Ministry of Hell for Lady Mechanica. She's obviously real gorgeous art, steampunk, Victorian era. If you like any of those things, this is probably the book for you. We got Dave's Pick of the Week. What's the furthest place from here? Obviously, he was real on board with the first one. It had awesome world building, real good flow, and it's all going to continue, and we're really excited to see where all it goes. Not a ton of trades this week, but what we do have, we've got Grendel, Devil's Odyssey. They have not reprinted the classic Grendel issues yet, but here you can get a glimpse into the far future, whacked out crime-fighting world before it hits on Netflix. We've got the collected edition of Batman Urban Legends. Now, obviously a lot of you will have picked up the issue week by week, but if you're like me and you were kind of like iffy, not sure if you needed another book on your save or not, you can now pick it up all in just one trade. I say one trade. It's still ongoing, but you know what? This is the starting point. We've got some new manga releases. We've got Kaiju number 8, Volume 1. So obviously Japan has a bit of a kaiju problem. No matter what series it is, that tends to be the case. So in this verse, our protagonist is part of the Kaiju cleanup forces, whatever you want to call them. He's always dreamed of being part of the actual Kaiju fighting units. And he finally gets the chance to fulfill his childhood dream, and then he ends up transforming into a Kaiju. And so obviously it throws a little bit of a wrench into his plans. Sounds really interesting to me. I'm definitely on board with it. And if you're a manga fan at all, you're probably very aware of Chainsaw Man. Volume 8 is hitting the stands. Don't need to say too much because it's Chainsaw Man. It's one of the top-selling manga of 2021, and it's getting an anime. We got Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 13. Also, if you're a manga fan, you undoubtedly know of it, or you know it's on your to-do list. It's getting a manga next year. It's all super-duper exciting. That's going to be it for this week. I'm going to take a moment to go over the 3 S's. We've got like, subscribe, and share. And definitely leave a comment for Dave if you missed him. Make him feel a little special. And as he always says, it's not about having what you want, it's about wanting what you have. And I hope you all have a fantastic week.